podcast already, right? It was like a year ago almost, and we were in studio where I'm at right now. Sadly, we can't do it due to COVID. You know, like we're more comfortable just doing everything on like on the webcam for now. But we had one conversation that carried on longer than anything else that we talked about that day. And that was the GOAT discussion in the NBA, a talk that heats up every time LeBron James does anything. So here we are once again. And every time LeBron does something, other players get brought into it. You have your Kareems, you have your Kobe's, you have your KD's. Like, there's so many names get brought up in this conversation. And one thing that I think is fun about having this conversation is it's subjective. We all know that there is no definitive number one, number two. It's all up to interpretation. Scottie Pippen changes his mind every other day, so why can't we, right? So we're going to talk about this, man. I want to go ahead and we're going to go all the way down the panel. I'm going to start with Justin on this one. Your NBA GOAT, man. Who is it?
Current or all time?
Both. We'll do current and all time for everyone.
All right, current. I got to say Kevin Durant. I got to. Over LeBron.
Is it
Simply off the hometown factor.
Over LeBron.
Okay.
The hometown factor, you feel me? Also, I went to Montrose when he was there, you feel me? So, like,
aside from all of that, you can't.
Nigga, he's a 7-footer that can cross people up and shoot from anywhere. How can you not be a fan of that? You feel me? Like, how can you not be a fan of that? And the fact that he's a hometown, you feel me? Like, product, like, that just makes it so much better. But all time, I gotta go with my man MJ.
Hold on, question.
MJ.
I got a question, Justin.
Go ahead.
So, because when you be talking about GOATs, like, it can't be like, because, like, say, so somebody from Akron should believe that KD's the GOAT too? Like, the hometown shit, should it matter for them?
Nah. Wait, what you mean?
Somebody from Akron. Like, would LeBron...
I mean, they fans of LeBron, aren't they?
Huh?
They're fans of LeBron, aren't they? Nah, they love LeBron out there.
That's where he's from.
I mean, some people feel salty that he left, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, the hometown factor. I'm talking about the hometown factor. Like,
that's the question, right?
He play for the Wizards, so it's not like we're out here like, oh, because he plays for the Wizards. So it's just because he's from here. So, like, a nigga from Akron, like, do you think that they should believe that KD is the GOAT too, or is the hometown factor more important than who the player is?
I think it's a toss-up for real. Like, I think it's a toss-up between him and LeBron right now. But, like, for me, I say KD just because he can do more, at least to me, on the offensive side than what LeBron on the defensive side. You feel me?
KD 2-1 against LeBron.
He can do more than you.
Yeah, exactly. 2-1 against LeBron too.
And he had two cold-blooded shots over LeBron James.
Two in his face in crunch time.
I don't know that KD's the GOAT over LeBron.
Hey, man.
Look, just to me, bro. Just to me. Like I said, bro.
Yes, LeBron will move you, bro. Like,
what you mean, KD?
So we see Andre does not agree that KD is above LeBron. Is that correct?
Right this
now.
KD cooks LeBron every time he play him, though.
No. Well, that's.
I mean, so.
I like the silence. The moment of silence is great.
That's true. But I still don't think that. I mean, you gotta cook everybody. You can't just cook. You know.
He do though. He has the longest streak of 25-plus point games in the NBA.
That's crazy.
Steph was cooking them.
Well, I mean, LeBron got the longest streak of how? What is it? It's not 30 plus. It's 25 plus in the finals, right?
25 plus points.
I think so. Yeah.
He was getting like.
He been like 10 of them.
Yeah, but look. None of that matters when you're 4 and 6. My bad. When you're 4 and 6, when you lost 6 times, I don't care how many times you was getting all these stats and shit. You was losing, bro. Like, feel me? That's why Michael Jordan better than him, because Michael Jordan wasn't losing.
Picked his ball up and he took his ball home and left because he was scared to not play with Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen.
Oh, that's disrespectful, but kind of true.
If we're gonna say he's 4 and 6, Jordan did pick up his ball and leave. He did say, "Oh, I don't want to play with anybody else," and that's just as diva-ish as saying, "Oh, LeBron James is a pussy because he decided to leave Cleveland or he didn't want to."
It's not.
And when he did win,
that's fair.
That's even when he lost, he was still putting up buckets.
He picked up his basketball because they were going to get rid of Scotty, and he didn't. And he wanted Scotty, like.
And yeah, they were gonna get rid. If he's supposed to be the GOAT, right? Shouldn't he have just wrote it out?
No.
Nah, bro, it's about loyalty. It wasn't even about Scottie Pippen. Him.
The Bulls should have kept him when he decided to unretire. They were like, "Oh nah, we don't want that. We don't want Jordan to be with the Bulls anymore."
Bro, nobody is winning shit without a second, at least formidable player. LeBron has never won. LeBron has never won the finals without a formidable player.
Yo,
I'm gonna get to that though.
Think about this too, guys. At the end of the last dance, right? They were all saying, "Oh man, I wish we could have ran it back," right? Jerry Krause, or not Jerry Krause, Ryan Stark was like, "Yeah, I tried to reconcile Phil Jackson and Jerry Krause, and we wanted to run it back, but we couldn't because Phil Jackson said, "Oh no, I'm not. It was supposed to be the last dance. I'm not gonna come back." And then Jordan decided to like cut his finger up, and he couldn't even play. He didn't want to deal with the lockout. Jordan did that twice about a lockout. He was playing baseball. He could have been a pro player. He's like, "Oh no, I don't want to cross the line and play while the real major league players aren't playing." Decided to come back to basketball because that was his second choice.
Yeah.
Then there's another lockout, and he said, "Oh, I don't want to deal with that, and I don't want to play with my best friend and my coach." Picked his ball up and left.
Well, that's not necessarily how it happened. You gotta also realize he was gonna get banned. He was gonna miss a season from the NBA anyways because of gambling.
Jordan?
Yeah, because of gambling. He was suspended.
Or 99?
Yeah, they were about to suspend him for a full season. That's why he didn't play.
That is still kind of conspiracy though. It's not fact. It's not fact.
And his father, feel me? His father died. Like, that was one of the things that he wants, to do to tribute to his father. You can't.
I understand that. What I'm saying is that he quit on baseball right before he could have been a pro because he didn't want to cross the picking line, which is admirable. I understand that. But I'm saying he picked his ball up and left twice. So how can we not disparage that and disparage LeBron James for deciding to go play with somebody else or want to go team up with somebody else?
Ain't nothing wrong with what LeBron did, man. Look, I'll say this.
But Jordan didn't do it in a devious way. Like, first of all, he didn't have a concert with three niggas in Miami. Like, he didn't have a concert.
He had a whole movie.
What do you... He had Space Jam?
He had a whole movie with Space Jam.
Nigga, what is that? That has nothing to do with him announcing him changing teams, though. That's what I'm saying.
He did change teams. He was playing with the Looney Tunes, not the Bulls.
Look, bro, hold on. What LeBron did was hella divish, right? And not only that, they went on to not only did they lose, he fucking embarrassed himself. LeBron embarrassed himself the very same year in the finals. But what he did after that, he made up for it. But that is nothing compared to what Kevin Durant did. I lost so much respect for Kevin Durant after he went to Golden State.
Nah.
This man, bro, Justin, please explain and justify your man.
All right, I got you.
Wait. He leaves OKC.
Yes.
To go to the team that just beat his ass, bro. Yeah. And it's not like it's. I know the scapegoat. Look, the scapegoat of this scenario here is Russell Westbrook. He can't play with Russell Westbrook. He can't do that in the third.
Nobody can,
he
bro.
shot 30% in the last 3 games. He did, not Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook statistically played better than Kevin Durant over the span of game 5, 6, and 7. The 3 games that they choked away a 3-1 lead. And then the very first thing he does, instead of think about this. If they stay in OKC, I guarantee, well, hindsight is 2020, but I personally think that they would have gone back the very next year and beat the Cavs in the finals, no problem. But instead, he jumps ship and joins the greatest team ever. Bro,
they're not the greatest team ever. Like
73-9.
They're an all-timer, bro. Like, this isn't the fucking 9th seed Miami Heat. This is not the 19-win Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I mean?
Bro, that best team ever literally looked like they could have lost to LeBron when LeBron only had himself. So that's not the best team ever. Nigga,
73. So what does 73 not mean to you?
Bro, that's regular season. Regular season don't.
Wow.
First of all,
after all that shit you just talked about LeBron and you just gave him that fucking.
But they still went to Game 7 of the finals, though, bro. They may not have won, but they were up 3-1. LeBron made a bro. The Golden in 2016 were fucking great. Steph Curry had the best season a player ever had, bro.
Bro,
40, 90, 30,
they were great. I hear you.
400 threes. How do you not defend that?
Bro, all I hear is numbers, bro. Like numbers. Y'all just saying numbers, bro. Anybody can play analytics game. You feel me? Like,
let me put it this way.
The game, when you watch Russell Westbrook with KD, KD didn't shoot well. Not. Yeah, KD didn't shoot well.
Past that LeBron comment when you say LeBron almost beat them by himself.
He did not almost.
I didn't say almost beat him, but it looked like if he had the slightest bit of help, he could have beat them, bro. Like he was averaging 35, 32 with almost a triple double.
Let's not forget that.
Okay, but you're going up against three. You're talking about going up against the best team, and he still made them look like not that great, bro. Like.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, he didn't. He made them look not that great, bro. In that series,
so
you're 70.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not more of a testament to LeBron's greatness than anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Does Michael Jordan
I'm bashing Steph Curry in them right now, bro. Like,
but you gotta also note that you're big upping fucking LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that LeBron did his thing in that series. Yes.
Can Jordan take the 07 Cavs to the finals like LeBron James did? Can he take Bob Gibson and Zendranis?
You mean Daniel Gibson?
Gibson, that's what I mean. Booby Gap.
Bro, he had some of the best role players in the league at that time. LeBron. Larry Hughes was a sixth player of the year. Drew Gooden was a top power forward in the league at that time.
Bro, are you serious?
Daniel Gibson was the best 3-point shooter that year. Like what?
Why was that, Justin? Why was he the best 3-point shooter in the league?
Because he can make his 3-pointer.
Set him up in position.
No, because he made his shots, nigga. That's how it works.
no, dude. Go look at Booby's numbers the moment LeBron left and watch how they dive. All of them. Drew Gooden. Bro, why were these guys any good? LeBron gives motherfuckers status in the league, bro. Ty Lue only has a job right now because of LeBron. Okay. Big Z is only remembered because of LeBron. Drew Gooden is only remembered because of LeBron. Out of all those guys you just mentioned, Larry Hughes might be the only one that had some type of status without LeBron. Maybe Mo Williams, I don't know, maybe not even that. But like this motherfucker LeBron gave so many guys status, bro.
In the beginning of his career, yeah.
Anderson Varejao was starting center in the NBA? I don't think so. That was all thanks to LeBron James.
You're tripping. Anderson Varejao, what are you talking about? Nigga, Varejao and Ilgauskas was a crazy big man duo. Like they were a top
LeBron on that team with like fucking, I don't know.
Bro, come on.
Before we get off the topic,
that's like saying Joakim wasn't that one year when he was going off. He wasn't good just because he a bum now.
Joakim Noah is better than Big Z and Drew Gooden and Anderson Varejao.
No,
Joakim Noah is better.
Prime.
Yes,
Noah had a top 5 finish as an MVP. And how close did Daniel Gibson?
In what year?
The year he won the MVP, or the year he won the Defensive Player of the Year in like 13.
And who was MVP that year?
2013 was LeBron. Yeah. Yeah, all right.
I have nothing to say. Just like remember when Stephen A said that? I have nothing to say.
Look, so we're getting off topic here, guys. The GOAT, okay, you know, as Justin said, he got KD right now as his number one. His all-time is Michael Jordan, and you know what? I respect both of those decisions. I respect those decisions more than KD going to Golden State. But I give it to Andre.
All right, no. I didn't even go back. I didn't even combat what you said about that real quick. First off, so
shit, bro.
No, look. This is what I have to say. First off, we are thinking of it from a fan perspective.
Oh yeah.
Bro, if this 100%. Is your career and what you wanted to do your whole life, and you wanted to win a ring, and you've become a scoring champion, you're considered second in the NBA, you just want to win a ring. Who cares what we think? You feel me? Like, who cares about the loyalty? That shit don't matter because Golden State don't care about him. They don't care about.
KD does care though, right?
You know the teams don't care. That's what I'm saying. The team don't care about a player. Teams don't care about you. So why does he have to be super loyal? Secondly, nobody can win with Russell Westbrook, bro. Russell Westbrook is a plague. He is he's cancerous. You feel me? Like, it's just
a bad player. He's just
and I honestly
don't like being around his ass.
Exactly. At first, I thought it was like I thought he was low key a scapegoat, but over the years, seeing him play with more and more superstars, more and more, and them not doing anything, it's him, bro. Like, it's 100% Russell Westbrook.
Not a championship level point guard. I can definitely agree with you on that one.
Bro, they got goddamn. Russell Westbrook was one and done in Houston, man. I agree that Russell Westbrook he's not. Russell Westbrook, to me, is not a great player. He's a really good one. You know, he's a good complementary piece to a superstar. He's not all that shit.
Is that fair when he averaged a triple-double 3 years in a row, though?
Yeah, I would.
Those are inflated, manipulated stats, though, bro. All he has to do is touch the ball every time down the floor, have 50% usage rate every season. You got Steven Adams and all these other big guys literally giving him rebounds. If not, he's taking them, bro. The triple-double, I respected the 30-point triple-double, but everything else after that was clearly overly used and manipulated stat padding. A lot of shit that didn't even result in, like, the first season was hella real. 30-point, and bro, he was hitting like buzzer beaters, like from like the fucking
narrative MVP.
He was a beast that year, and it is a narrative award. MVP is
he's a narrative MVP. The MVP award in general is in that narrative MVP, I would say.
I think it is, but that was definitely a narrative-based award. Because who would have thought that Oscar Robertson's triple-double record would be broken? I don't think anybody thought that. Old heads, young heads, nobody thought that was a touchable record. Like that and 100 by Wilt, untouchable, right? But he did that, and he earned that. But everything else after that, you kind of saw the real Russell Westbrook. That's what he wanted to do the whole time that KD was there. He wanted to just dominate. But why I don't let KD off the hook for that Golden State shit, bro? He shot so bad, bro. Like, it was
bro, that's your only excuse.
It was it's on him that they didn't win.
How many shots did he get? How many shots did Russell Westbrook shoot? How many turnovers did Russell Westbrook have?
A lot. A whole hell of a lot.
Thank you. Okay,
but dude, bro, KD has to do is dominate 1/4 quarter.
It's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. You gotta think about it like
that's
this,
true.
bro.
I'm thinking from a fan standpoint. It's easy for me to say. It's easy for me to say whatever. But look, on top of what you were saying, like, you know, we are looking at it from a fan standpoint, right? But I will say this: do you think that, you know, forget the teams, forget everything? Let's just think about Kevin Durant. I personally, and I'm gonna ask you guys: do you guys think that KD is satisfied with those wins? Do you think that he got the gratification from those 2 chips that he might have been expecting? Like, he's not the consensus number 1, you know what I mean? And he knows that.
I personally think it wasn't even for him to be satisfied. It was for him to secure his legacy as one of the greats. You feel me? Because imagine if he did though. Because imagine if he had played for the Thunder, didn't get any rings, but had all these accolades. Feel me? When it came down to it, just like Iverson, people would be like, he has no rings. You feel me? At the end of the day, that's why he's trying to get a real championship team together now to make it look like, you feel me, not as much of a sucker move, but like
Harden's doing that shit right now.
His legacy, bro. Because people talk about Melo, people talk about Iverson all the time. Like, they didn't have a ring, bro. Like,
oh wait, so you saying?
Wait, enjoy. After you say what you gotta say, I want you to say who your today GOAT is and your overall GOAT is, because we talked over you 20 times.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
You saying? So KD, you saying he's in like the? Because when you're saying all time as well, you're thinking that he's in that conversation too.
KD?
Yeah.
He's definitely not in the top 3. He's not up there with.
He's top
all
10.
Time.
Who is your all time list? Where does KD hit?
That's a long hit. I mean, bro, like that's.
Is in the all-time list?
Yeah, KD's in the top 10.
KD after LeBron.
If we're talking. Yo, this man Brooks is hilarious. Nah, bro, look.
He had a
in my top 10.
He had a pause. There was like no. That's my problem. You pause. There's no pause when you do that.
Nah, bro. In my top 10, he in my top 10, bro. But as far as like,
is he below LeBron in your all-time list?
Nah, I don't think so. But like the reason why I do still at the end of the day give big ups to this nigga LeBron, bro, is because he lived up to his expectations.
Yeah, bro, he was the most hyped prospect ever, man. Like outside of maybe Kareem. Like, imagine being in high school and you're like 16 years old and you're the best basketball player in the country. Motherfuckers are willing to draft him as a junior in high school. That was crazy.
Imagine you turning on ESPN and they comparing you to Michael Jordan. You haven't even touched the NBA floor yet.
Bro, this man was doing his homework, talking about some Michael Jordan. That's fucking crazy. So I'll go ahead and pass this on to Andre, man. Who do you think is the best right now, and who is your GOAT?
So the best right now, I think, is LeBron. But I mean, it's kind of hard to say as well. Like, this might have been the last like really good season we get out of him. You know, like he's kind of old, so. But I mean, he's still like going crazy though. Like next year, like he still might give us a great ass season. Like, you know, it's the league is going to get a little bit tougher next year, and I don't think that he's going to get a ring next year. But I think that, you know, he'll be entertaining to watch. You know, but and then my all-time list is Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. And the reason I say that is because
real nigga, you feel me?
Like, that's why I was laughing at Justin when he was like, KD could do more to me than LeBron could. Like, nigga, LeBron does not have to cross you up. LeBron does not have to do a spin move. He's gonna run directly through your chest. Like, he's gonna trample you. Like, that nigga is a huge fucking
He's a tough customer.
And he like, and that's also the reason I got Jordan and Kobe over him, because they had to do what they did without having all that body mass. Like, they couldn't just like, you know, run over niggas and like run through your fucking face like Mike Tyson said. Like, you feel me? Like, they had to literally like the
so
shit.
Kobe is without a doubt better than LeBron James to you?
Huh?
Kobe is better than LeBron James to you?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more for me?
I don't, because he doesn't have the body mass to fucking like rely. Like, Kobe is a much smaller person, and he was also playing in a much more physical league as well. So like, you know, he had to play against niggas LeBron size that are fucking like trying to fucking tackle his ass basically. You feel me? But LeBron is playing against the centers today are like fucking tiny as shit. Like, and they're all 3-point shooters. Most of them aren't even like fucking standing in the paint to fucking.
I mean, but 7 foot is 7 foot.
In like 10 years.
Down to the fucking paint. Like,
7
you
foot
can
is 7
literally
foot
just
though.
body them, nigga. Like, you fucking take LeBron's hip into your torso while you're trying to go straight up. Nigga, I'm done. Nigga, the fuck? You feel me? And like, I can't fucking like push him with my arm or whatever, or like fucking throw my hip into him or something like that, because that's illegal now. I have to literally go straight directly up, you know? But like when Kobe was playing, like they could bully this nigga, like, you feel me? And he didn't even have like the body mass to bully the real. But like, he was just like, nigga, I'm just gonna fucking nigga go the fuck around you somehow. Like, you're not even gonna get the fucking chance to bully these.
Bro,
and that
don't
shit,
forget about LeBron. he doesn't need to just run through people. This guy could like throw a pass to the corner like without even looking at people. Do like his passing, I think makes him more dangerous than his scoring because it opens everything up. He's a great driver of the ball, and he could come to the paint, draw in like 4 people. Next thing you know, you got perimeter shooters all over the place, which is why people like Boobie Gibson lead the league in 3-point shooting.
I think that goes exactly like the way the league is now. Like, so if Kobe's driving, you feel me? There's somebody down low who can fucking bully this nigga because that's his fucking job. But teams really don't have bullies these days. Like, you feel me? So like, we need all 4 people to come down here because like, nigga, like this is the only defense. Like, we can't punch this nigga. Like, we need all 4 people to come down here and just jump straight up in the air and hope that our fucking gets the ball or some shit. It's not the same, like, it's not the same basketball. So like, you didn't have, when Kobe was playing, you didn't have to have all 4 people. And still, all 4 people did go hard Kobe when he drive, like when he would drive. And he wouldn't usually pass that shit out. He would just go over all 4 people. Like,
so is it smarter to do what LeBron James did and pass it to Danny Green? Or is it smarter to shoot it over 4 people?
Yo.
For LeBron?
It was definitely smarter for LeBron.
Definitely. For LeBron.
For LeBron, I mean, wouldn't it have been smarter for Kobe to do?
There was a highlight of Kobe doing the exact same shit, and he got swatted against Chicago, and they lost.
But he did it against Utah, and it worked.
That's true. Look, Kobe to me, bro, why I can't put Kobe over LeBron is because Kobe is the kind of guy where it's like, we've seen what he did with less, right? He was scoring 81 points. He was doing crazy shit. He was by far the best individual talent in the league, you know, from the time where like Shaq was getting old and he left LA, and, you know, D Wade was coming up, LeBron was coming up, but Kobe was already in his bag doing his thing. But his success did not translate into anything like no playoffs. It didn't translate into anything like no deep playoff runs, no teammates eating really like that. He was playing with shitty players and you got a shitty result, right? It's expected. And Kobe is great for doing the individual stuff that he did, scoring like 40, 50 points a night was great. But LeBron was having the same shitty squad, but going to like the Eastern Conference Finals easily and like getting hella assists and putting on these guys and giving people like Anderson Varejao and Big Z motherfucking status.
You just said it though. You just said why. They were in 2 different conferences, bro. One is a weak conference, true. One is a strong conference.
That is very true because the West has always been hella way more dominant. But
let me ask y'all this.
I don't know, man.
Let me ask Dre and Justin this.
Mm-hmm.
How long, if ever, was Kobe the undisputed best player in the league?
Undisputed best player, like above Jordan?
No doubt. Kobe from this time period was the best player in the league.
I don't know, man. I can't answer that question for you, bro.
Damn. I would have to say 2001 to. I would say it was a good 10 years. It was a good 10 years at least, minimum.
Even with Shaq winning the Finals MVP over him.
Yeah, because he averaged 30.
In the playoffs or in the regular season?
He averaged almost 30.
But then they were what, 5th seed at the best. Those 2 years he did average over 30 a game.
No, I'm talking about in the playoffs. He averaged 30 with Shaq on his team.
No, that's
both of them.
That's fair. That's fair. But I don't know. It's just hard for me to say he was the best player from 01.
I feel like he hasn't been on the top of the league as long as LeBron. I could say that.
That's fair too, yeah.
Kobe dominated, bro. 05 to 09, I would say was his like most clear, dominant. Like no one was fucking with him. Not even LeBron. LeBron once he dipped to Miami, that's when he really blossomed. Like we already knew he was nice, but like same shit. It wasn't translating to much in Cleveland. So
what year did he first win the MVP? Like 09?
He won his first one in 08. And that was when
I thought that was Kobe. I thought Kobe won in 08.
No. LeBron won 08. He won 09. D Rose won 10. No. You're right. It's
Kobe also
09,
lost to
09,
Steve Nash.
010 was LeBron, and then 11 was D Rose, and then LeBron again twice. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. Kobe was a beast, but 01, Shaq was dogging shit, bro. Without Shaq on that
Shaq
team,
was an
man.
MVP in 2000, and
Without Shaq on that team, man, I don't know, bro.
Nah,
I
bro.
really don't know.
Nah, I don't know.
Kobe needed Shaq just as much as Shaq needed Kobe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but let's get back to the topic here. You know, these kind of topics always have so many subtopics, and we love doing this shit because you know we always kind of like spew out like everything that we really think and how we really feel about this shit. You know, we've had this conversation with so many other people. I would assume. So, Andre, you said your best now is LeBron, and your best of all time is who? Jordan. So we got two team Jordan in the chat, and now we're gonna.
But I just have to say, it's Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
That's right, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, in that order.
Yeah.
All right, and then Brooks, man, take it away. Take it away, man.
LeBron, that's all I gotta say.
Damn! He didn't even give a second. He didn't know. There's no runner-up. That's crazy.
I mean, the runner-up I would say is Jordan and then Kobe.
Okay.
To the greatest of all time. I mean, I think Kobe did a lot more with his talent than Jordan did, is because Jordan worked harder. I mean, not Jordan. Kobe worked harder than Jordan. I think Jordan had more God-given talent, but Kobe, he's a terrorist. The dude is a known we all know what he did. We all know what he sacrificed. We all know how much of an asshole he was. And he probably wasn't the same asshole that Jordan was, but we know everything that he sacrificed for and his reputation around the league. There's no better send-off than what Kobe had. I don't think even LeBron will be able to touch 60 points in their last game.
Well, they did let him shoot 60 shots, so.
Yeah, I mean, he shot.
He had to make them, though.
Yeah, I mean, he shot
Bro, if you shoot 60 shots, only 25 have to go and score 60.
And it's not like they was wide open shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't.
Nah, they were wide open shots.
They weren't giving it to him, but
they were giving him open shit.
I mean, he at
they
30,
just weren't pressing him like that.
Yeah, at 37 years old,
bro,
bad legs,
he came off an Achilles injury, bro. They gave him shots, bro. They gave him a lot of shots. I mean, they didn't give him every bucket, but
man, old Kobe really was not that good. I think Kobe kind of had.
I think we were robbed of having watching Kobe flourish like LeBron, bro.
Yes, we were. Man. It wasn't fair, man. When he went out and that Achilles happened, that was it. I think Kobe knew, all the fans knew. They had Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. Dwight in his prime, Steve Nash coming off his prime. They had fucking Ron Artest, I think, was on the squad too, man. They were loaded.
I think that's when the OKC Thunder swept them the next year when they were 8th seed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, crazy.
Man, sadly, bro. So LeBron x LeBron for Brooks. We got LeBron x MJ for Andre, and then we got KD x Michael Jordan for Justin. So I guess that leaves only my GOAT and best. And I'll go ahead and start with this, man. LeBron is the best player in the league right now. He's the only 4-time champion. He got the finals MVPs for all of them. He plays now in a tougher Western Conference. While people were saying this year was easy because of all the circumstances, I would actually say that they were a bit harder because of the fact that nobody had any type of advantage for home court. You had you had all the social stuff going on, the pandemic, people worrying about their families and worrying about, the injustice that happens with, police killing people and, just the overall racial injustice that exists in this country. They have to think about that kind of stuff, too, before they warm up before a basketball game. Did Andre freeze? Oh, there he goes.
My fault.
You're good. So all these things considered, man, it did make this road a bit tougher. At first, I thought, damn, this is it could be, kind of a compromised championship, but he's still in a tough West. He beat James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Whatever we want to say about him, that was a team that was a playoff, Western Conference playoff team. They beat him. Damian Lillard, the bubble MVP, they got him out the way. Even though he got hurt towards then, they were dogging him basically from the beginning. And then you had the the Nuggets, I don't think the Nuggets get enough credit for what they did. 2 young guys. They beat the Clippers. The Clippers was a lot of people's favorite. So if
I
this
low-key
team beat
thought the
favorite,
Clippers was the only team that could have beaten the Lakers for real.
honestly, that was their best competition, but we got robbed of that experience. That would have been the finals for real. But
facts.
Considered this 4th championship was so big for LeBron, and the thing that I keep saying, I am a former team Michael Jordan as the GOAT, and I say why. Look, because Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the finals, all that stuff. He's the 30-point per game, all that stuff, right? But we have to take into consideration everything, right? Everything. And one thing that we do have to remember the times were different. One era was more physical, or was it really? Because I look back at a lot of tape, man. Michael Jordan had no zone defenses. That wasn't allowed back then. He could cook whoever he wanted.
They didn't allow zone defenses because you could stand in the paint for 3 seconds. There was no 3 seconds call back then. You didn't need a zone.
You have to think about, there was nobody athletic or acrobatic enough to stop him when he got in close. And once he mastered that turnaround jump shot, it was a wrap. Unless you had double teaming, which you have now. And if LeBron were to be getting double teamed, he'll still eat because he knows how to pass the basketball. But
did you see him play against the Celtics? Was that the Clippers? Michael Jordan?
The 60-point game? Yeah, of course I seen that shit. He's a beast. That was one of the best teams ever, but they lost that game.
No, but I was saying, like, when the clip you saw where he wasn't getting touched, was that against the Celtics?
A lot of clips, brother, where he was getting like very uncontested, like weak contests. Like, I think that the 90s physicality is a little bit overrated, in my opinion. Like, I think that there was a lot more big men, a lot more, tough fouls and whatnot, but it's not as physical as people make it out to be. If you go back and look at a lot of Michael Jordan shit, you'll see it. But one thing that I stood on for Michael Jordan in his defense, when people say that to me, I say this. Well, he has to make the shots, right? He has to put the ball in the basket, which he did time and time again. So he deserves all the props for that. And for getting to the finals and winning. I don't give a fuck who he was playing. I don't give a fuck how easy, whatever. A lot of the same shit that LeBron gets props for. Oh, they're playing in the Eastern Conference. They weren't playing, they say LeBron was cooking, right? But then they don't say, oh, he's in a weak Eastern Conference, but they'll say that for Michael Jordan when he gets to the finals and does his shit. Yeah. We need to be consistent with these things. And that's why I say this. Both guys are able to get the shit done. Both guys are able to get the shit done that's on their plate. But the biggest difference for me, LeBron embarrassed himself in 2011 and just the overall record, 6-0 versus 3-6, right?
Thank you.
But why do I now think LeBron is the GOAT? Because I do think LeBron is now the GOAT, and I'll tell you why.
Before you get there, I want to say something about, you was talking about how a lot of people wasn't touching LeBron or touching Jordan like that. But like, honestly, that's one of the reasons I put Kobe and Jordan over LeBron. Because it's not like because a lot of those situations, it wasn't like they just weren't touching him. I just think that Jordan had a way of being where people didn't expect it. Like, and also he moved way faster than LeBron can move. So it's like LeBron got a lot of fucking body weight to fucking get up off the ground, and Jordan and Kobe were just smaller people, so they would get up to the basket way quicker. And it's like, you gotta react. And like the other people, the people that were guarding him in the paint,
of a freak as Jordan though.
It's easy though. When you're shoot first mentality, all you got to do is get past half court. Everything else is figured out from them. The thing about LeBron is this guy is more. I'm saying, like, it's easier to get a shot off when you're wired to shoot the ball. Like, it's easier to go out and score when I'm not passing it to motherfucking John Paxson in the corner. Fuck you. Kwame Brown or Smush Parker. Fuck you. I'm not passing you the ball. Their whole mentality is, I'm going to go into the paint, get a turnaround, or get to the basket every single time. Kobe is a little bit better three-point shooter than Michael Jordan, but they weren't really thinking that. LeBron can shoot threes. LeBron can pass the ball. LeBron is just as good of a driver of the basketball as both of them.
LeBron couldn't always shoot.
And as you say, he's blowing through motherfuckers.
LeBron could not always shoot threes.
He can't shoot
not
threes.
always. Not always. That
threes,
progressed. That
he can't shoot threes. He cannot shoot
yes,
threes.
He can. Now he can. Now he definitely can. Yes, he can, bro.
Bro,
look,
sorry.
He can now, but he's not a shooter.
Look at the step back he has now.
Bro, it's the same step back move. It's weak. It's from the same side of the court. He's not likes that, bro. He does the same step back move on the left side, left wing. Does he not do the same step back move on the left wing?
He does it on both sides.
He do it on the left wing and the right corner, bro. This is only 2 spots.
He does it on both sides, but it's still the same step back.
Look, all I'm saying is this. He developed a jump shot, right?
He has.
He's always been a great passer. He's always been a great driver of the basketball. He learned how to win from D Wade, so he got that mentality part fixed, right? LeBron has been fixing little things as he's going, tweaking things. It seems like he's been getting kind of better with age. You know, people say it all the time. Like, seems like he gets better, and then next thing you know, he's pairing up with Anthony Davis. He's pairing up whoever.
I will say, I've been saying this for a while. I'm willing to agree with what you're saying, like where the stance you're saying LeBron is the GOAT of all time if he wins next year. I can't give him it this year. I can't give him it this year.
I would say if I had to like really put it somewhere, like I was saying that 5 undisputed. I think 4 if not makes him the GOAT, he's definitely tied. Like, in my opinion, the reason why it puts it past is because of how tough this year was mentally more than the physical part of it. They didn't have to travel as much and shit like that, but the mental aspect made it a lot harder. Add on to all his skills, add on to all the stats that he's acquired over the time. And for me, the only thing that was separating them was a few small things, but mostly accomplishment. 4 NBA championships. Only one other person has done that, and his name is Michael Jordan. And that guy was able to do it 3 and 3. You know, he had the break in between, but LeBron has had like 4 concurrent primes. He's been the best player in basketball for like what? 13 years, 14 years. And by the time he's done, I think all 4 of us in this panel are agreeing that he's the greatest because he has another like 3-4 years.
I won't say I can't say he's been the best, like undeniable.
Do you think he was the greatest player every year?
14 years. He hasn't been the best player. He hasn't. It's been debatable for like the last 4 or 5 years, bro.
I'll tell y'all this much: he deserves to have way more MVPs than what he has. Like he has 4 MVPs, he deserves at least 6. There was like twice where James Harden robbed him for 1 and Steph robbed him for 1.
Well, I mean,
the first MVP that Steph had, he robbed him. You mean?
The first MVP that Steph got, I think that was kind of like a damn, like 23 points, 7 and some change assists, while LeBron is over here.
Bro, it's because he changed the game.
Assists.
And you could say the same thing for the one he had over Derrick Rose too. But he wasn't going to
change the game, bro. It's because he changed the game.
And he wasn't going to win the one. He wasn't going to win the one over Derrick Rose because everybody hated LeBron James.
Yeah. Plus, Derrick Rose was OC that year, bro.
He was.
OC that year.
But this year, you can definitely make a case for this year. You should have won the MVP over Giannis.
Oh, 100%. That's another one. Giannis had great numbers though, man. That's why I say it's a narrative-based award.
And also, like, personally though, like when you look at the rosters, bro, at least this man, LeBron, has another superstar, like a top 5 player in the league. Giannis literally has nobody.
Now he has Drew Holiday though. He might be looking tough.
Yeah, but Drew Holiday is washed, bro. He's old. He's not nice.
They fleeced them.
The Pelicans?
Same way the Thunder fleeced the shit, or no, the Suns fleeced the shit out of OKC for that Chris Paul trade. That was wild. But look, one thing that we can all agree on is this: LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe, Kevin Durant, all these guys are great NBA players. They're some of the greatest ever. And I don't know about y'all. All 3, or I think all 4 of these guys I just mentioned are in my top 10, all of them.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? We could save the top 10 for even like another day, you know, because we'll really get into it with that. I think we should come with like a list prepared for some shit like that. But so Justin's GOAT, Andre's GOAT, are Michael Jordan, and Brooks and I are gonna go team LeBron. and I think it'll really be more clear if LeBron wins another one. If or when, I think if is probably the big, because it's hard to repeat in this league.
Yeah,
guys, it's not like the early 2000s with the Lakers and shit anymore and the Spurs. You know, it's not like that anymore. But
yeah, man.
we will see. LeBron's book is still being written. All the other guys and Kevin Durant as well. But Mike and Kobe, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, man. You know, those guys' legacies are done. The book is closed, but LeBron and KD are still building their legacy. They're still writing their story. We will revisit this, and I need to say, Brooks, I disagree with something you said. You said Kobe's farewell tour is probably going to be crazier than what LeBron's was. I disagree. I think
No, I meant his final game.
Oh, final game. Okay, yeah. No, LeBron's not scoring 60 points in his final. He'll probably get like 15 assists in his final game, if anything.
If anybody can touch that, it might be KD.
Yep, I can see KD doing that.
Retirement game, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Those players are all great, but it's up to everyone's interpretation. It's a subjective topic. It's just like politics, man. Like, oh, Donald Trump is better than Biden. It's all subjective. It's all opinion. It's like music. It's like all this other. It's hard to crown somebody.
I got a KD question.
What's up?
Is Kyrie as toxic as Russell?
Yes, absolutely.
Nah.
Hell yeah. Bro, are you serious? The only reason James Harden is not there is because of Kyrie. Right now,
you can win with Kyrie. You can't win with Russ.
Yeah, exactly. You can win with Kyrie. You can't win with Russ.
True.
Bro.
But the question is, who's more toxic, though?
You said what?
LeBron won with Kyrie. But...
Russell is more toxic, bro. Because when you see, like, for example, you saw Victor Oladipo leave Russell and flourish, take LeBron to 7 games.
I thought he got traded.
You saw Paul, huh?
I thought Victor Oladipo got traded.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he left the team, and you could they separated, and he obviously was playing a lot better without him.
Yeah, but even Oladipo credited. I mean, this isn't to discredit everything that we've been saying about Russ because he is toxic. But Victor Oladipo did give credit to Russ, saying like, "Oh yeah, he was the best teammate I ever had, and that's why I was able to be so successful in Indiana."
Dude, a lot of people say Westbrook is a good teammate.
He was able to be successful in Indiana without Russ, though. That's the main point, though.
Yeah, that's
without
fair.
Russ. You feel me? He learned a lot from Russ, yeah, but with Russ, he wouldn't have been able to be that successful at all. Because Russ would be taking all the shots.
When did you ever see Russell Westbrook, when Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were playing together, when did you ever see Russell Westbrook say, "Oh, yeah, man, I want to have my own team, man. I don't know about no damn Kevin Durant," you know what I mean? Like throwing out subliminals. Like to me, Kyrie is like, this is the difference between Russell Westbrook and Kyrie. They're both toxic, right? But Russell Westbrook got more nuts. He's more honest, brutally honest. He'll be the type to say, like, you know what, we suck tonight, but we're gonna be back in this offseason. If we lose, we're gonna keep building and be better. But Kyrie
said the same thing though.
Kyrie is the type to go online and fucking post the goddamn like
that's what the media wants you to think,
subliminal
bro.
Shit. That's what he wants people to think. He's
bro. Kyrie speaks up, bro. He be speaking up. He just even the joke he said about LeBron the other day, like. I'm sure he said that he's mentioned stuff like that to LeBron before. He's very outspoken in the media, bro. They just make him look like a diva.
That's true. It is only what we hear and see though, because we're not in those locker rooms. For all we know, Kyrie might be the best teammate of the history of the NBA.
That's true too.
I mean, that finals or that conference finals run, the conference finals the Celtics had, he was giving away his shoes to Rozier and did them too. So
yeah,
they go all out. And they did go all out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that further adds to my point is that all this stuff is subjective, bro. Like we are in the trenches with these guys. We'll never really know that. You know what I mean? Like we only hear stories, and even that, I think anybody in this day and age should take everything with a grain of salt. Like who knows if Michael Jordan really punched Steve Kerr in the face, or if that was just like
urban myth.
Just a myth for some clout. Who knows if Wilt ever scored 100 points? You know what I mean?
Bro, he did not. They said he had 55 rebounds in that game. I call cap.
Me too, bro. 100 points, 50 boards, no way.
My man averaged like 20, 25 rebounds in one season, though.
Bro, that's bullshit. Yo, they completely fabricated the numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Take everything with a grain of salt and believe only the things that you can confirm, factually confirm. But everything is subjective in this matter. Like I said, like, you know, people are gonna have their favorites, their bias, and I'll be the first one to my bias. But when I got the facts to back it up, I will do my best to do that. And I think we should all do that. You know what I mean? And Brooks, I know I caught Brooks hella off guard, and I told you the first time, like, damn, LeBron's the GOAT. Same with them. Y'all were all like, what the fuck, for real?
You didn't give me any. You didn't make it any fun for me to make an argument for LeBron that time. I was really hurt, bro.
Cause man, I can't lie to myself, bro. Like I sit back and I watch this man and I just be like, wow, bro.